you, when I was making it to the top, people I broke bread with, I refrained from because I was so focused on making it. He says, today I have many homes and no one to share it with. I have many cars and no one to give a ride to.
Mm-hmm.
He says, the only wish I have right now is that my phone would ring, someone to talk to. He says,
Mm-hmm.
it's better you're without it and have a life than to have it and have no life and no inner peace and no love. So he was basically trying to tell us that, yes, it's nothing wrong with striving, but you must also remember those people that were striving with you, and not to forget and not to get swollen in your head that thinking you have arrived, because at the end of the day he has truly arrived but with no one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And his
And that's
only
what
wish,
I'm
like
saying.
I said before, he
Yeah.
said, my only, and you could hear that, you can hear the heartbreak in his voice when he said it, I wish my phone would ring.
Mm-hmm.
So we
And you
have to
know what?
be
What the
mindful.
reality is that when you chasing it like that, you get so busy that you stop answering the phone. So people stop calling. They like, oh, you ain't never got time to talk, so I'm just not gonna call. So inadvertently, we push people away because we chasing this tangible object and we putting it at this price above the spirits and the souls that we have around us, the energies that we have around us. So, and that's what I mean when I say I had to trade the fruit of my spirit. Like I had to trade my entire existence and who I was for that. And you realize that once you get it, yeah, you just got it and that's it. Like you got a house. Okay, now I got more bills. I got a car, now I got more bills. Like everything that to whom much is given, much is required. So you gotta really know what you want, and you gotta know what the requirement is for what you're gonna be given. Because sometimes the price just be too high. When I looked around at everything that I had acquired, I had to do another trade, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to give it all back now. Let me have my soul back. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't take it like this. I need my soul back. I had gave up my livelihood for money, for a paper, because I was chasing a dream, that you gotta be wealthy and you gotta be this to even be recognized or be appreciated. It was a lack of love for myself until I realized that I just had to be me, like I am everything I need to be. So that's when the chase stopped. That's when the chase stopped. But that what the goddess said is very beautiful because that professor, he faced the same harsh reality I had to face. That money just can't buy love and happiness.
Hmm. As you talk about that, money can buy love and happiness. I remember me when I was in high school. I wanted was to fit in so much. So what I used to do, I used to take money to school, more than enough, take to school. I used to buy my friends lunch and all of that just to fit in with them. But the more I try, is the more resentment. Lord of mercy, it just never work, and I would just get my heart broken over and over and over again. I always wonder why, because I love people and I'm kind, and why this always happening to me? It happened to me for a long time until I find myself. I'm telling you.
I was
You
basically
understand me?
saying thank
Like,
you for having me. I can't stay here too long. I just take a look a moment. Truly was being quiet. But thank you
okay,
for
yeah,
having me, and you all have a most
you're welcome.
wonderful, productive, and rewarding
Yeah,
day.
thank you for sharing, Goddess.
Thank
That was
you.
beautiful.
You're
Same to
welcome.
you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good day.
Thank you. Yes.
Goddess Grace is like we live the same life in a different form, because the same way, just overcompensating all the time just to have somebody who would appreciate you.
Yeah.
But it gets exhausting. It gets exhausting, and then you be like, excuse my language, but F it. I don't care if nobody likes me at this point. Like I'm better off without it. If I gotta work that hard for your love, or if I gotta work hard at all, if I gotta put any effort in, because I don't feel like it's if you love me, you just gonna love me for who I am. I shouldn't have to do no work. So
We
if
do
I
all of
gotta
that.
work to earn it, I don't want it. I just don't want it.
Yeah, we do all of that just to be to get accepted by other people. But as I said, when you come to know yourself, appreciate yourself, love yourself, know who you are, just do you. You get what me I say? People have to accept you for you. You shouldn't be forcing people to accept you. Trust me, that's not how the way it goes. You understand me? You just be you, and who wanna
Yeah,
accept you, who wanna love you, and you just cut and go through
that's
because
it.
guess what? You know who you are. Yeah, you understand? Don't be a people pleaser because if you are a people pleaser, you are just setting up yourself to get more heartbreaks over and over again.
So
And the thing
yeah.
about it, we know sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, we know when we do what we do and people don't appreciate us and whatever, we know who is into us and who is not into us. And we keep on like forcing ourselves in these people's lives and we see what happening. But I think we don't want to be alone. We don't accept ourselves. We don't love ourselves. So this is what we get. You
Yep.
understand? When you're seeking whatever you're seeking outside of yourself, this is what you get. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ariel, big up yourself. Love, peace, and respect. Welcome.
No,
Yeah.
for real, man.
People put
Validation
me
come
off.
from within. So even if you tell me have to hear it within myself. You know? So when you tell me have to hear it and feel it. I know say, yeah, mm-hmm. She
Mm-hmm.
just remind me of who me is. Wow. She just remind me of what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh. But it never come from you. It still come from me because it's within me hear it. We just think me I hear it outside of me. But
Mm-hmm.
no, it's because we don't understand and know say, yo, we, we are just pure energy, vibrating, functioning, and frequency.
Yes.
So when we don't understand it from that place, then that's what causes the confusion. Oh, he told me this, him telling me that. No, 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 no.
Yeah, and that's why I say anything that somebody tell us should be a confirmation. You shouldn't be coming telling me no new information about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, God told me to tell you this, or I had a dream. Don't, don't,
I always
don't
say
be
that,
talking.
Deborah. I
Listen,
always
I
say
tell
that. I
people all
always
the
say that.
time, unless God is two-faced, you know what I'm saying, and a backstabber, then he should not be talking to you about me without talking to me about me first. Like, so why are you receiving information about me that I'm not receiving about me? That don't even make sense to me. So,
I
hey,
always say
yeah, keep it, keep it, keep it. I don't want to.
100%.
If it's not confirmation, I just don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that
Mm-hmm.
is the reason why, we have to be careful what we share with people, especially our dreams and our plans. You understand? We have to be careful of that. I remember the other day, someone that I talked to, I talked to her good and all of that. It's someone that I share stuff with. And I was sharing something with her, and I was telling her what I want and what I'm looking for. And she was telling me, no, this is what's going to happen because this person is like that. I start feel some type of way because I'm saying, wow, this person claims they were Christian and God always talk to them. So I'm telling you, obviously you don't know how the mind work because I am telling you this is what is going to happen. This is what I want, and you are telling me no, it's not going to happen that way. You know what I did? I didn't talk to that person for a couple of days, well, man, because I wanted to focus on what I want to happen in my reality, and I don't want you to bring any doubt or anything. You get what I'm saying? So after a
Yeah.
lot,
By the time I
I,
share it, it's already created. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? By the time I share it with you, I've already put all the work into creating it. So I don't need to hear no nothing. Like all you can say to me is good job. Work well done. Like mm-mm.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
people will do just what you say. And your friends and your family and your closest people to you be the ones that speak doubt into you first. Like why? I didn't come to
Right.
you for doubt. I came to you because I thought you was gonna see the vision too. Like, mm-mm,
That is it.
no. But the
Everybody
vision
have
ain't,
wisdom to
and that's
pass
what
it
we gotta
on.
learn is that the vision is inside of you. Like
Mhm.
everybody don't have the same vision as you, and that's why some people wear glasses, some people wear contact lenses, some people have CNI dogs because everybody has different vision, you know? So once you have a vision, let your vision be for you until you get it to the place where it's ready to fruit. Like we ain't speaking about it until the fruit finna fall off.
Exactly. And we have to learn because we have to go through these experiences to learn these things, right? For real, for real. We have to go through these
Teach and learn.
experiences to
Teach and
learn.
learn. That's why that's the best. I've been saying teach and learn since I had kids, I believe, because they teach me and I learn from them. I'm like, we both teaching and learning each other. Like I'm teaching and learning and they teaching and learning. That's why when you came with that platform, I'm like, man, that connection is so powerful because the words are just they everywhere.
Yeah, we
It's
we
beautiful. Teach and learn. We all learn, and the
learn from every
experiences that we go through or we've been through are the tools that got us here so that we could share with other people. Like, hey, here we got some tools. If y'all need
Mm.
some tools, y'all can use these.
Yeah.
They work for us, and I'm sure that if you apply them, they will work for you too
Yeah.
because they universal tools. They have no respecter of gender, of
Yeah.
color, of race, or financial status. It's the
Amen.
universal tool, and it'll work
Amen.
for everybody.
that
Yes.
is it.
You are universally equipped. Yeah.
Like that, universally equipped. Yeah, we gotta put that on the shirt. Yeah, we universally equipped. I like that.
Universal equipped. That's nice. That's a nice one. It's just like this rising. Someone sent me a video, and this African that he made the first car that no, it's not the first, but by him, yeah, that does not use um it just work off of bare energy, right? No gas or anything like that, and TV that doesn't you don't need to plug it in or anything like that. So the person was saying that they are trying to assassinate him and whatever. So I was saying like, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Nothing is new under the sun. They can't get rid of all of us unless they can get rid of the universe. And they can't get you they can't get rid of the universe because we connect to the universe, right? So you have to first destroy the universe, then you can destroy mankind, innit? I'm
Yeah,
saying that it's
yeah.
impossible for them to destroy the universe, so don't worry about it. You get what I'm saying? Yes, man, we are here, man. Crazy. Pick up yourself, crazy. Welcome to Teach and Learn. So as Jabli
Yeah,
says, the
you'll have
right
to
approach,
destroy
right
energy.
attitude.
You know what I'm saying? Beyond the universe, you'll just have to destroy energy, which is everything that is.
Yeah.
You will have to
No,
destroy everything that is because as long as anything is, it's gonna keep coming back in a different form. It's just gonna take on a. You can't destroy it.
and
The
they can't
same way,
destroy
the
that.
same way we exist in right here in this time and space. With our energy, we've existed in different times and spaces before with the same energy. It's the
That
it's the attraction. It's the attraction. We're gonna always find our way back to each other. And that's why people call it your soul family. Like no matter how many times you separated, no matter how far you are apart, you're gonna always find yourself back to each other.
always, always. Flashman, welcome, welcome, welcome to Teach and Learn. That is it. We're gonna always find ourselves back to each other. So my people, you have to change the way how you look at things, change your belief system. When you do change your belief system, then your attitude will change. You understand? You have to think or you think. You have to change or you think. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think like a poor man, you always going to remain in a poor state. Poor state. You know, that's why I tell people, especially mothers, not to speak bad about their children. You know, oftentimes I hear women do that, speak a lot of negative things over their children, and those things get stuck in their subconscious
Mhm.
mind, man, until they believe that's who they are, that's normal, that's how they believe, that's logging their belief system, and it
Mhm.
plays out in their attitude. That's why I tell them, do not speak negative over your child, speak positive. Tell your
True.
child that, listen, you're beautiful,
Mhm.
you're
Mhm.
able, encourage them,
Yes.
positive encouragement, and help them to practice positive affirmations every
Yeah.
single day. Because when you do the opposite, you don't know what you are creating.
Oh my
When your
goodness.
child grow up,
Oh
man,
my
I'm telling
goodness.
you, I'm telling you.
Have you seen the video? Okay, it's a video. I just watched this video like a day or two ago where the lady was saying it was like a slave mindset to speak negative over your children, and it started when we were in slavery and we didn't want our children to be taken, right? So we would say that they weren't no good, or they were, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what,
yeah,
they were always
yeah.
giving trouble because we didn't want them to seem appealing, right?
Yes,
But
right.
we got to get to the space where we eliminate that mindset. And this, I just was having this conversation where I always affirm my children 1000%. You understand what I'm saying? Like when people tell me how good my children are or how well behaved my children are, I
Yeah.
tell them 100 times more. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can speak higher of my children than I can. So if you think they high, let me tell you what else they be doing. Like they help cook, they help clean. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? When I'm not feeling my best, they support and take care of me. You know, like we best friends. Like when I say I go above and beyond on affirming my children, because you don't know when you constantly putting that child down, you don't understand unless you've been in that position where you've had it happen to you. You do not understand. And if you've ever
Not.
been in that position where you had it happen to you, you should not be putting another person in that position. As a child who was spoken negatively to, I vowed never to do that to my children. No way. Because I
Yeah.
know what trauma it caused me. I know the trauma it caused, and I would not do them like that. They don't deserve
Yeah.
it. Nobody
Well,
deserves it, you know?
welcome, Nats. That is so true, Queen. And the thing about it, a lot of these parents, believe it or not, they experience the same thing that they're putting their children through, but because they think it's normal, and that's the normal procedure or process
That's
a
it.
child should go through, they don't know better. They don't know
Yeah.
better because I've done some investigation years ago and see why were I being treated the way I have, and other persons been treated the way they have, and I see that, oh my gosh, because they've been through the same thing. They've
Hmm.
been through the same thing, but trust me, you go through something, then your experience, you should be learning from that and know not to repeat it. Don't let it happen again. That's why it's called experience. It's supposed to have a
Yeah.
lesson to be learned. You know what,
Yeah.
again, Kenny Pop? I don't like when people speak bad about other person's children. It is wrong.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
wrong. And they don't know what they're doing because listen to me now. You see why you thank you, Nads. You see what
Gratitude, daughter.
you speak
Gratitude.
over next man's
Gratitude.
child, what you put in, you are going to get back. Sorry,
Hmm.
what you put out, you're going to get back. So what you are putting out there, saying bad about a next man's child, trust me, someone out there is speaking bad about your child. Whatever you do,
Hmm.
it's going to come right back. And it is so wrong to do so because your child is innocent. And
And you know
they are
what?
going to pay that
Everybody is
universal
someone's
price
child,
that
though.
you are the cause of it. You
Everybody is
understand?
someone's
Thank
child,
you,
right? Like we are all someone's child, and that's why we shouldn't speak negatively about ourselves
Dad.
or about anyone else. You know, not only little children, but big children too. Because we all come from somewhere. We all come from somebody, and we've all been through some things that if we spoke a little more positivity, The unity that everybody is trying to figure out how it could happen. Stop speaking so negative. Like, just speak
Stop it.
positive.
Stop it. Don't do it.
You just
Don't do
stop
it.
it.
True,
Like, if
true,
you
Serious.
really
true.
want, the change to happen, stop. Stop doing what didn't work. It
Serious.
hasn't
It-
worked. Like, if you really want to see this change, if you really want this to be a more unified living, stop. Stop doing what
Indeed,
did not work.
indeed.
If it did not work for you, why would you continue doing it?
Why? That's it.
You
That's it.
understand it was things like my childhood. When I tell you I had two, like I experienced childhood in two homes. You know what I'm saying? And I'll go deeper into that later, but I experienced childhood in two homes because I had my mom and dad, but then I had my grandmother and grandfather too, which was where I spent like 90% of my time.
Yeah.
So in that home, I saw peace and I saw unity and I saw love. It's like they say you use 90% of your brain for creativity and the other 10 for the reality, right? So where my creativity was growing at was where I saw the peace at, and that's the blessing, right? And where the reality was kind of like the terror, but I was able to live through it because of the peace that had been instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? So if we really want to just be unified, we just got to stop with the negativity. Like, just really let it go. Stop the
Got to
division,
stop.
stop the separation. Just stop.
Got to stop.
Stop. Just stop. And
Yeah.
stop doing it to yourself first. Like, quit looking at yourself and thinking that you deserve less than anybody else. Stop there
That is it.
first. You know what if you look at your friend and you see your friend as deserving of everything that they have, then you should look at yourself and see yourself as
Mm-hmm.
deserving of everything that you have as well. So
That is
stop.
it. That's
Stop.
it. Stop, man. For real. What didn't serve you then ain't gonna help you in the future. And I always
Thank
tell
you.
persons that. And you know, it is good to learn
Yeah.
from your experience, but it is wise to learn from somebody' experience. I give thanks for social media. I'm telling you, I have learned so much. I think my strength really grow through these
Yeah.
platforms
Yes.
based on the experiences that I have with people and what I see happen to people. I'm learning from persons' mistakes and their experiences. I'm like, no, I'm not getting involved in that because if you have an experience and it's your downfall, why do I think I need to go prove something to experience that and to see what? No, it's a downfall for you, so I'm gonna learn from it. I'm not going into that. It don't work for you, so you get what I'm saying? So
See, that's what I be trying to say, and people think that I be scary. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, and I was saying this before. I'm like, if you get on a ride, right, and you get sick and you start throwing up because the ride was too much for you. Once I see if I see 10 people come off that ride like that, I'm getting out of line. It's a downfall for you. If it's a downfall for you, it's a downfall for me too. I don't have to
that
take
is
that
so
chance. I
funny.
don't have to.
That is so funny.
I don't got no point to prove. I don't have
That is
no
so
point to
funny
prove.
Oy.
because I
Good,
always say
good.
I want to try out some of the rides them, yeah. And then what I see, I change my mind. You're so correct. Trust me, I used to fascinate a lot. I want to go, when them rides and to when me see, I'm like, no, 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 no. I see some things on social media where people are like out and hiking and whatever. I always want to do that and people just slip and lick them head and just they die. All kind of stuff, drop out of stuff and that. I'm like, no, I don't bother wanna. I don't want to bother.
Yeah,
I don't bother want to go on those adventures. That changed my mind.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, don't want to go
yeah.
on those adventures for real.
Yeah.
So we have to
Sometimes
really learn, man.
and it's not to say that we can't live, you know what I'm saying, and experience, but this is what I was trying to get my daughter to understand. The second you dream about being in Africa, right, and you see yourself there, what the experience would be like, boom, you already experienced it. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
go in the physical is not going to guarantee that what you did there is going to be the exact same. It might be raining the day you get there. So once you experience it, let that experience be that number one. If you get to the point where you can experience it in physical, bravo, but be grateful for the thought. You know what I'm saying? Once you put
Oh
gratitude
my God.
behind a thought, it's like you germinate. Like this is what Bliss said. Okay, the thought is the seed, right? But when I put that feeling to it, when I put that gratitude to it, I just germinated that seed, right? So once you put that feeling to that thought, you germinated that seed. Now you know it's gonna produce a fruit. You know it's gonna produce a fruit, and that's why we got to be careful. Our thoughts are our seeds. If you think a negative thought and you put feeling behind a negative thought, you just germinated that seed. So you know it's going to produce some fruit. Is that what you want negativity to grow? You got to get to the point where you asking yourself, do I want negativity to grow? Do I want to be the person who growing negativity? Who want to be the person who growing negativity? But if you never look at yourself and say, damn, my seeds are like I'm germinating negativity, if you always pointing the finger at somebody else and you never take time to look in the mirror, and I tell people all the time, when people ask me how did I heal, I went to the mirror, I took off all my clothes and I stood in that mirror until I was able to love myself. I stood there until everything I hated, everything I was scared of, everything I doubted, everything I feared, I stood there until I was able to love me. Not the way I wanted somebody else to do it, not the
I
way
had
I
to
had
do that too.
entrusted other people to do it, but the way it needed to be done, the way I knew it needed to be done. I was willing to just go do the work. You know what I'm saying? So once you go to the mirror and do the work, then you can just instruct other people, hey, if you're looking for a way to learn how to love yourself, just go to the mirror.
I've done that.
Go to the mirror and look and stand there. Do not leave that mirror until you learn how to love every single thing about you that you want somebody else to appreciate, that you want somebody else to show gratitude for, that you want somebody else to love you for. You do the work first. And then
Yeah,
once you learn how to love you, and once you learn how to appreciate you, and once you learn how to be grateful for where you are, right? Then it won't even matter if somebody else ain't. It
that's
won't
it.
even matter. You won't even have to go look for somebody else to show gratitude to you because you will be done put so much work in that hey, the cup already full. Anything anybody else give you, that's overflow. The cup is already full here. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for pouring into me. Thank you for overflowing, but it's already full. It's already full here. So go to the mirror. Men and women can do it. Like a man can do it, a woman can do it, a child can do it, a girl can do it, a boy can do it. Anybody can do it. Go to the mirror. And everything that you want somebody else to love about you, you love that about you first.
Yeah,
Everything that you want somebody, oh, I want him to see this and I want her to see this and I want them to be grateful for this. You do it first. You do it first.
that's it. You do it first. For real, for real. I had to do that too, Kenny Pop. I love to share my experience when I used to bleach the skin and all of that because I wanted to be accepted by everyone. I started do it from so early, from the age of 15. You understand? To that one point, I stopped the bleaching for about 6 years. So I was doing it, I was doing it to a point where I was so scared of stopping because many people who get to know me don't know my true color. And I want to tell you, I had a off, yeah, and then he was around me, so I was so comfortable. I was rubbing on no cream, so I was there for time, going to the beach and the sun is giving back my tan and everything. So he said, but you look a little darker than how you used to be. And then he said, that I bleach. He said, why you do that? Don't you think that I would have accept you just the way you are? You're a beautiful soul, you're a nice person and everything. Your personality is great. Let me tell you something. When I heard that day, If I could dig a hole and bury myself, I would have. Mister I start feel all kind of feelings. I'm telling you. And that's when I said, listen, I'm not going to put any more cream on my
Mm-hmm.
face. And man,
Yep.
when my skin come back, every day I look at my skin, I say, why did I do this? Look how beautiful my skin is.
Yes.
Look how
Yes.
beautiful I am. Why did I ever
Yes.
listen, man? I know, yeah, Kenny. I have scar to show that I can look back what the bleaching cream leave me with. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to see them, but I have to live with them. I know that, listen, this is a lifetime lesson. I have to
Yes.
use that accept myself. Like I have to use that
Yes.
to accept myself. Like man, even with my ear, I used to have struggle because from within me, I always want to go natural because I love to see people their natural hair. And I remember that my natural hair is so pretty, so nice. But I would be
Mm-hmm.
busy creaming up my hair. And every time, every time the cream is like growing over it and I could see the lining with my natural hair, I was like, oh, this don't look good. I need to straighten it. I need to straighten it. And let me tell you something, man, is when like during my transformation in 2020, I decided that listen me, I'm gonna grow this cream out. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, I'm saying, look how beautiful my hair is. I'm so in love with my hair,
Yes.
man. To leave,
Yes.
I'm telling people, to listen, stop processing your hair because you don't know what you're
Yes.
doing. When you process your ear, man, it's not just your ear you're processing, man. Remember, say it affect you within because even the extent, I tell you, I can't believe that I'm no, oh my gosh, I love myself like crazy. I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. I don't care what people think about me. What they said to me and what Jabli says, when you say you love me or whatever, and I'm beautiful, I already know that. So I feel that when you say it
Yeah.
because I know, like, okay, I love
Yeah.
me first, okay, I love me.
Yeah.
So big up yourself, Ambassador. Welcome, welcome,
Yeah. Greetings. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that
welcome. I don't know why this
overflow.
life
You
start
know what I'm
freezing.
saying? Once you love yourself, anything that somebody else give you, that's that overflow. But you know the beauty of it is that people look at you now and they see it and they be like, oh, she thinks something about herself, but you do not know the hate I have for me. You don't know what I had to overcome to even get this smile on my face. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so
yeah.
when you do learn to love yourself, right? You also got to learn how to ignore what other people say because that's the part of learning how to love yourself is ignoring
Mhm.
what other people think about you, because the thing that made us hate ourselves was the words we heard from others. It wasn't how we felt. It was what we heard and what we were compared to and what we saw. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I did
And
that
the thing about it
little
is,
analysis I did where I said, what if the world had no mirrors? Like, what if we had no mirrors and the only reflection that we could see was the one that was looking back at us. Like, what if the only reflection I have of me is how you treat me or how you see me? You understand what I'm saying? That would make life different. That would make life different
yeah,
because I never see my face. If it wasn't for a mirror or a camera or water, right? We would never know what our face looked like because we can't see our face. So we got to catch a reflection of it or a glimpse of it, or they got to capture it. You know what I'm saying? For you to even know what you look like. So truly, if it wasn't mirrors or it wasn't cameras or it wasn't photos or waters or any reflections, the only reflections that we would have would be the ones that we see looking back at us.
yeah,
And that's what we should just practice. Like, just practice, like I practice you being a reflection of me. When I see Goddess Grace, I see beauty. When I see
yeah,
Ambassador, I see strength. You understand I see might, I see power. When I see bliss, I see wisdom, like just overflowing. I'm like, this man is a walking Bible. You
yeah.
understand like a walking Bible. You know what I'm saying? I be like, Bliss, what you think about this? I just want to know because it's so much pouring, Ariel, like it's so many people that just pour. So I'm seeing reflections of me and I'm just like in awe of what I see. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
wow. So when I hear people speak
Yeah.
negatively about women and negatively about men, I'm like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because I'm seeing all beauty here. I'm seeing like
Yeah.
radiance, I'm
Yeah.
seeing strength, I'm seeing prosperity, I'm seeing abundance, I'm seeing bliss, like I'm seeing love, peace, and respect. Like, what you seeing that I'm not seeing? Grace.
That's
What
it.
you seeing that
That's
I'm not seeing? You know what I'm saying? So I just, you wonder what their reflection look like. Oh, I just don't know. I don't know.
all right. I can't. Welcome, Ambassador. I can't pronounce your name, Queen. Penley. I can't pronounce that name, but I'm going to add you. So if you want to give your input on what we're talking about, I'm going to add you. You just mute your mic until you get to speak. Thank you. Welcome, Ambassador. How you doing?
Greetings, greetings, Jobless, greetings, Kenny Pop,
Greetings.
greetings, DJ Grace,
Welcome, King. Hold on, let me try to
Penelope.
take this person off. This person, let me take this person off. This person is not is in the wrong place, I think. Right place, but you don't know it. Anyways.
I like that.
Welcome, Ambassador.
At the end of the day, what matters is absolute self-knowledge. When we were children, in maturity, we were defensive. Even though, yes, we know that it's pretty important to protect our space, but there comes a time or there comes a level that we get to, we pivot into or evolve into level of consciousness that becomes an automatic fortress, a consciousness fortress, an energy fortress where we are no longer defending ourselves. We've now been able to create a balloon effect of consciousness. When someone says something that is not accurate knowledge about me, I all I see is a person's ignorance of who I
Yeah.
am. So, I'm not even going to defend myself. I'm only going to separate myself from such a person, right? Most especially